I'm Last Username. Welcome to Vertigo. This is the official guided tour. Vertigo is a race for wool map that I released over a year ago, and I've just recently updated it, made some gameplay changes and some technology changes, and I'm releasing a new version, 1.1. So I'm going to give you a tour. I'm going to show you what's changed since the last version of the map. Vertigo is a vertical race for wool map. Each lane has a 16 by 16 meter footprint and is 256 meters high. Other than that, it's a pretty straightforward race for wool. There's 3 wools on the map, red, green, and blue. You'll have to find them, place them on your victory monument first to win. So when the match starts, you will enter the lane through this gate. You'll find yourself in a treehouse with some basic combat gear in these chests and some extra supplies down here. You got TNT, you got some stone tools, beds, all kinds of goodies. There are 2 directions you can go from here. If you go up, you will find the blue wool, green wool, iron and diamonds. Down, you'll find the victory monument, coal, stone, and the red wool. So let's go down first. Here is the victory monument. Pretty straightforward. Quite attractive, if I do say so myself. On the ground, you'll find 4 silverfish spawners on the edges of the lane. These silverfish have jump boost, so they are extra fun silverfish. Watch out for that. In this chest, you'll find 3 stacks of dirt blocks, 3 stacks of ladders, and some leather armor, some arrow making supplies. So that's actually some very important gear. It's hard to get blocks and ladders on this map, and you will need them, as you can imagine. Buried underground, you'll find some level 2 war chests, iron armor, and a power bow. And if you dig down through the dirt, you'll find yourself in hell, or at least the first level of hell. It gets worse, but on this level, you've got these 2 spawners here. Each of these spawners spawns 3 different kinds of mobs. You got skeletons, creepers, and zombies. It'll pick them randomly. It'll spawn them pretty fast. They have fire resist, and but they're one-hit kills, so you punch them and they'll die. When they die, they will drop their heads. So they look like this: creepogram, zombogram, skelegram. So they will always drop their head, and I'll show you what you can do with those later. It's at the other end of the lane, though. So put that on the back burner for now. In the stone, you've got some more level 2 chests, and you've got coal, and you've got stone. This is actually the only stone on the map, so you're gonna have to go down here to get it. This is the hell, the double hell. It's got blazes, it's got magma cubes, it's got everything. And if you make it past this, you will find this level 3 war chest, some nice diamond gear, efficiency tools, nasty bow. And down here, next to Mr. Gas there, is the fleecy box, the red fleecy box. This is what fleecy boxes look like on Vertigo. There's no chest. You just break the glass and mine the wool out yourself. You'll notice that glowstone is flashing red. It's because there's a falling wool block trying to spawn there. And if you broke that glowstone, it would actually spawn there. You'd have a red wool spawning every 5 seconds. And there's bedrock underneath that glowstone for the wool to land on. So this means that this fleecy box is indestructible. You can blow it up and wool will keep spawning there. So the usual rule in Race for Wool about you're not allowed to blow up your enemy's fleecy boxes doesn't apply in Vertigo. You can blow it to hell if you really want to. So let's check out the other end of the map. If you go above the treehouse, you'll find a tree, and in the upper branches live cave spiders. Let's call them tree spiders. There's 4 tree spider spawners up here. These spiders are also one-hit kills. They spawn with very low health, and when they die, they drop a splash potion called anti-venom, and you splash yourself with that, and it will cure any poison that you have. It doesn't do anything else, just cures poison. On top of the tree, you've got another level 2 chest and some innocent-looking clouds, but when the game gets going, mobs will spawn on these clouds, so there'll be a lot of mobs up here waiting to jump on you. Watch out for that. This kind of obsidian floating magical thing has sand in it, and this sand goes all the way through. These are like columns of sand. And so if you update any of these, they will fall out, and you'll have a nice like tube tunnel that goes up through the obsidian. And in the middle of it, you'll find a whole lot of iron ore. On top of that is snow. Dig through that, and you'll find this little area up here, which also tends to have a lot of mobs in it. And it also has ice. This is the only source of water on the map, so that's pretty important. To get past this bedrock thing, you have to go in the corner over here. It's the only place you can fit through. And you have to make your way up here somehow. Up to you how you want to do it, maybe ladders. You'll find the fortress on top. So the fortress is a very important tactical location on the map. You want to get up to this fortress as soon as possible because there's a lot of good stuff in here. You have, first of all, down here you got some brewing supplies. You can make regens, instant health, strength, and speed. You used to be able to make fire resist, but I took the fire resist ingredients out here. So you will now have to go get the magma creams from the magma cubes at the bottom of the map if you want to make a fire resist potion. There is a enchanting table. Oh, and there's no water here either. I forgot to fill them. Oops. So you have to get water from somewhere else. Up here, we've got lots more supplies. We've got the demolition kit, which has 24 TNT. This is the bulk of the TNT on the map. There used to be a lot more TNT on this map, but it was a little too much, so I reduced it quite a bit. But it's still enough TNT to do some damage, to make some worthwhile cannons. Because the lane is vertical, one cannon can do a lot of damage. It can hit a lot of different places. So it's still a cannonable map. The green wool is down here. Just break this glass and head out here. And to get it, you have to go through this bedrock maze. Definitely a PvP heavy wool. Good place for a lockdown. Although, keep in mind that this is more than 1 block thick. And you are allowed to place blocks in here. So you could, you know, place blocks up there and delete the lava if you wanted to. Just keep that in mind. A lot of people kind of run through here and pain loop it without realizing that you do have other options. So you make it through all this, and you'll find yourself back here where the green fleecy box is. And it's the same thing. It's got a respawning wool in the middle. And the twist with this dungeon is inside here. This chest right here. Redeem heads. So those heads, you drop them in this chest. They will be sucked into a magical machine that you can't see. And for each head that you put in there, a few mobs of that type will spawn inside the enemy's green wool dungeon at some random location in here. And the mobs that spawn in here have fire resist, and they don't despawn naturally. They will just wait there forever once they're in there. So collect a lot of heads, and you can really make this dungeon significantly harder for the enemy. It's kind of neat. So if you head on top of the fortress and look up, you'll see this planet thing, and inside this planet is the blue wool. It's in the middle, and there's lava all around it. You have to deal with the lava, and you'll also have to deal with these spawners. There's 4 of these, 2 creepers and 2 skeletons, and these guys are riding bats. So they will fly around here and piss you right off. They'll only last a few seconds because the bats have wither. So like, 5 or 10 seconds after they spawn, the bats will die and the mobs will just fall down. But it still gets pretty annoying and pretty hilarious. So that's the blue wool, and that is pretty much the entire map. It's a very simple map. It's very easy to learn because everything is visible. There's nothing hidden, and there's signage. There's good signs everywhere that tell you where to go. But it can be pretty challenging because of the whole gravity thing. So you want to take your time, and you want to build infrastructure, build ways up and down that are safe and reliable, rather than trying to pillar up or do something that just gets you killed over and over again. Do that and you'll be all right. So I'm Last Username. Go download Vertigo today and have a blast. I will see you later.